Welcome back again, everyone, to CruiseAway, our little place in the sun where we put our feet up. Oh, not on this desk, though. It's not allowed. But veritably, we put our feet up together. You can put your feet up if you want to. Feel free. And we'll get some amazing holiday ideas in front of you. Our team is constantly scouring the whole of the cruise industry for the most interesting itineraries and fascinating adventures. Holidays that you'll remember forever. Derek and Joe here with you again for this show, and today it's cruising home from home.
That's right, Derek. It's time to cruise away with Holland America Line in this show. This cruise line delivers class, service, relaxation, enrichment, and an all-round easy cruise adventure experience. Now, I've been lucky enough myself to work with the cruise line over the years, so I've met many people from around the world that call Holland America Line home from home. And I have to say, I agree with them entirely.
Yeah, I can completely and utterly see why. And I've heard from so many people over the years as well that trust them to deliver the goods when it comes to a really classy cruise as well. It's great when you find a line and a cruise line that you absolutely love, because then you only have to decide which part of the world that you want to see next. And talking of which, later we'll be heading across the Pacific from Seattle back to Oz on Westerdam for next October with a 24-night sailing, which sounds like heaven. We're off to the land of the Vikings and Romans later too as well, taking in Amsterdam, the UK, the Mediterranean and Rome for September next year. We're going to start our travels with Holland America Line though closer to home, sailing the top end of Australia on the 17th of November next year on the Westerdam, and we've got 3 weeks of cruising out of Sydney, which is going to be pretty exciting. Joe,
this sounds incredible. Seeing one of my favourite vessels in the world over in this neck of the woods, I can't think of anything better. I actually worked on board the Westerdam for a good 6 months, and she is an absolutely gorgeous vessel. Now, the thing about Holland America Line, it is very much low-key luxury. Think of just a much larger yacht. That's what it feels like, because it's from the appointment of the spaces, which are, you know, all done very traditionally using the polished wood and the sort of Breton striped deck chairs. You feel like you're on a true vessel. You feel like you are truly sailing and experiencing, of course, some of the most outstanding service on the seven seas, and I mean outstanding. One thing I really love, which is pictured right here, is the Culinary Arts Centre. And they make a real firm feature of enrichment on board, but you have your executive chef talking you through some incredible menus that you can create at home, and your party planner will also help you along the way with you know, entertaining tips. So it's really fun actually. But the dining experience, one of my favorites is the Pinnacle Grill. It's exquisite food, I'm telling you. But the main dining room as well never disappoints. You know, night after night you'll have something completely different to enjoy when you are indulging on a cruise ship. They also have spa menus, so if you're wanting to be a little bit more mindful about what goes in your mouth, then there's that choice as well. One of the big firm features of Holland America Line is their love of music. So you have Lincoln Center Stage, you have the BB King Blues Room as well, and you have a house band which plays some great tunes. So we are cruising out of Sydney. The first port is fabulous Newcastle, and Newcastle offers you great excursions over to the Hunter Valley. Of course, you have some of my favorites include the Hunter Valley Gourmet Escape and the Hunter Valley Food and Wine Trail. There's 90 wineries in Hunter Valley. Brisbane's up next, and of course this is your gateway to the Gold Coast. You can just literally hop on a train and head over to the Gold Coast if you want to. Also, there's the famed Koala Sanctuary, which is definitely worth a visit. Then we're on into Airlie Beach, of course, home of the one and only Great Barrier Reef. Prepare for jaw-dropping views and maybe take a scenic flight over Heart Reef. That is going to be an unforgettable, once-in-a-lifetime experience. Then we're on into Cairns, where you are at the tip of the Daintree Rainforest. You can go on the Corunda Railway adventure there, spot the crocs. Maybe you're going to head over to Cape Tribulation or the Barron Gorge National Park. But then we have 3 days of amazing cruising of the Great Barrier Reef, stretching over 1,200 miles up and down the Queensland coastline. This is the beauty of the World Heritage listed Great Barrier Reef. You know, it's half the size of Texas. It can be seen from outer space. It boasts 2,900 individual reefs, 600 continental islands, and 300 coral keys. And if you've never done the reef, it is an absolute bucket list experience, and cruise is the way to do it. Darwin's up next. Talking of the crocs I mentioned earlier, you can go to Crocosaurus Cove, where you can cage dive with the crocs. That's right. Beautiful beaches right there, and a fantastic market, craft market right on the bay. Komodo, the island of the famed Komodo dragons, awaits us next. It's the rugged habitat of these amazing 3-meter long dragon monitor lizards. And seeing them in their natural habitat, I can't think of anything better for nature lovers.
Oh, amazing.
Then we're on into Broome. Of course, known for the legacy of its pearling days. You've got a colourful mix of 19th and 20th century buildings there. Beautiful Cable Beach. Of course, it's renowned around the country and world indeed. And perfect powder white sands. Then it's Exmouth, and this is a real rugged and stunningly beautiful part of the Northwest Cape. Now, you know, having lived and grown up in Melbourne, I hadn't really ventured over to the West Coast a lot, and I know a lot of East Coasters haven't, so maybe this is your chance. Geraldton's next, and this is located between Chapman and Greenough Rivers, and it boasts a real nice Mediterranean climate. So like if you're from the south and you're really wanting to have a spot of nice warm weather, this is perfect. Then we're on to Fremantle, and this is where you'll enjoy 2 nights in a hotel before you head home. Fremantle's really interesting. In fact, it's very historical as well. Founded in 1829, it's basically the gateway to Perth, where a large majority of Western Australia's population lives, of course. And aside from the soaring high-rise, you've got incredible sandstone buildings from the colonial era, loads of beautiful nature, and it's a nice slow pace of life. You know, if you're coming from Sydney, if you're coming from Melbourne, Brisbane, and you just want that low-key experience of properly being on holiday and away from it all, then this is a perfect place to enjoy. We're going to be flying you back to Sydney after your amazing Australian adventure, and of course, you know, Sydney to Sydney. It's perfect, it's easy, particularly if you don't like flying. If you need other flights though, of course, back to different parts of Oz, then just speak to our team. But my point is, it's minimal flying. You know, you're not flying over to America or Europe here. A couple of hours, and you're in a completely different, it feels completely different climate.
It is one of the most incredible, immersive adventures around Oz I think we've ever shown you here on the channel. It's brilliant. It's funny, isn't it, that we, as Joe says, we travel so far because we're in search of new adventures, new parts of the world, things that we haven't seen before. We forget all the wonders that are literally there, around our own coast. Just brilliant. Honestly, just listening through all of the destinations there, thinking about all the different adventures, thinking about all those places that just never been to, because you know, who wants to do all of that driving right the way around? Who wants to do that? I mean, that sounds like hard work, right? This is an incredible holiday. Big, big adventure as well. Lots and lots of new things to discover. And the price tag is so spot on. Have a look at this. It's so, so good. Honestly, I would get this book straight away. Don't even wait, don't hesitate. Just jump in straight away. Speak to our team. You've got the number there if you like the sound of this. If you want to have a look around the route again, pop that ID into our website, cruiseaway.com.au. You can see the whole list of everywhere you're going to, everywhere you're cruising through. This is just adventure personified. I think this is one of the most interesting itineraries around Oz that I have ever seen. And I would urge you to be super, super quick, because remember, this isn't like a traditional holiday where we've booked you all into a hotel there. So if that hotel gets full, we could book you into another one over there. We can't do that. This is a cruise ship. Once it's full, it's full. So grab that deal while you can. Get the family together. Make it a family adventure. All discover Oz, the whole of it at the same time. Incredible. Here's the details if you want to upgrade as well. Bear in mind that of your 23 nights, it's 21 of them on the cruise. So when you look at your prices, they're going up to Ocean View, going up to the wonderful balcony, or, oh my word, a suite on Westerdam. I mean, that sounds like the thing of dreams, Joe.
Well, and also you have the Neptune Lounge, which is their own private lounge where they have your coffees, your canapes, your very own concierge to help you book and plan. So you don't actually even need to venture down into the main reception because it's all done from up there. And this is just one of the perks of booking a suite. In my opinion, it is worth it 110% if you can make that jump.
This is such a lovely landmark holiday, isn't it? It's brilliant. It's so funny, isn't it? We do talk about travelling so far and wide, and the great thing about cruise travel is it actually makes the world a bit smaller and a bit easier to go and explore. But this is great because this is all doorstep territory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Relatively. And wherever you are in Australia right now, I bet there's loads of places on this itinerary that you thought, okay, we've always meant to go there, but it's very expensive to just go to that one place and come back again.
Yeah.
Where this does like a pick and mix of, you know, right the way round. It's brilliant. Lovely. Listen, if you want to know more, call us toll free. Can you see how excited I am about that? 1300 411 968. I might be calling that number myself later.
I know.
It looks lovely.
I know, it looks incredible,
Yeah,
doesn't
it does.
I'm getting envious already of you who are thinking about booking that one. Well, how about some more food for thought? And this time we are going to be exploring one of the most amazing parts of the world, because this one is the voyage of the Vikings and Romans. Doesn't that title just get your juices flowing?
I feel like I should have a toga on at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hold something.
It would suit you. And one of those hats that comes down all the way. Yeah. What are they called? This is going to be 20 nights, leaving on the 4th of September next year. You are going to be flying from Sydney to Amsterdam in the Netherlands for a 2-night pre-cruise stay, and just catching the tail end of summer as well. And Europe's had some great temperatures, you know, this time of year. So you might be lucky again next year. And Amsterdam is just a city of culture, a city of vibrance, and full of colour.
So different from day to night as well. It becomes a completely different city of a night time as well. I think you'll love it. What a great adventure for a couple of nights.
And then it's time to board the fabulous new Statendam. And you're going to be enjoying an incredible cruise for 14 nights. It's about that low-key luxury and indulgence without being all about the bright spaces and kind of the crazy fun. It is fun, but it's in a much more low-key, relaxing way.
Yeah, you can see the way that the staterooms are appointed. It really is home from home, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really nice. Just a really nice kind of zen, relaxing space for you to, you know, end the day and start the day. Beautiful. It looks lovely.
And they also have, you know, with it being one of the newest vessels in their fleet, they have lots of different restaurants and bars. So we're into Portland, England, first of all, where you can visit the famed Stone Circle, one of the biggest mysteries of history, Stonehenge. You can go to the Roman baths and Winchester Cathedral, which are just a short ferry ride from the island. Next up, it's Falmouth, England, for beautiful heritage and history over in the west coast. You're in stunning Cornwall, but you are just a stone's throw from Devon as well. Make sure you grab yourself a afternoon tea with the traditional scone, cream and jam. We'll get into the jam first or cream first later. Bilbao is up next, and this is known for, and what put Bilbao on the map was the incredible Guggenheim Museum. It's just jaw-dropping, and the displays on offer are always worth a visit. Beautiful Biscayan coast. Then we're into La Coruña, Spain, and this is the gateway to visit the famed pilgrim site of Santiago de Compostela. You also have the Roman Tower of Hercules to visit. Very cool. Next up, we are hop, skipping and jumping over into Leixos in Portugal. And this is not too far from Porto, so you might want to head out on a port wine tour to learn about how this is made. Not too far from the royal palaces as well of Cascais, and a day trip is totally feasible from these ports. Into the brilliant Algarve next for Portimao, somewhere I love very much. El Marina Beach, one of the top 10 beaches of the world. They have an amazing hike along there. Great recommendation for you. Or you might just want to enjoy strolling in at the streets. Gibraltar's up next, and you can go to the Grand Siege tunnels or visit the Barbarous Apes, which are very entertaining to say the least. Just secure all your valuables. That's what I'll say about them.
Anything food they'll have.
Yes, they love it. They love an ice cream. Next up, we're into Cartagena and talking about, this is one of the titles, of course, Roman Viking ancestry. They have an amazing Roman theatre for you to see right there in Cartagena. And you're in Andalusia, so you can head to a horse ranch, or you're not far from Murcia. Barcelona is up next, and we're in the Catalan capital here for some of the best architecture on the planet. The Sagrada Familia Cathedral, Parque Güell, all of course, created by Gaudi, the famous Antoni Gaudi. Then we're disembarking in the port for Rome, and you have 2 nights in a hotel in the Eternal City. I can't think of a better end to your trip, can you?
Oh, incredible. It's such a lovely city. And actually, you know what, if 2 nights in Rome isn't enough, just talk to the team about adding more, because if you've never been before, oh my word. I mean, as a first visit, what a lovely snapshot to go to the Colosseum, to see the wonderful sights, get to Vatican City if you can, go and see the Sistine Chapel. It really is a truly magical experience. And you're enjoying it at a time of year where it's not, peak tourist season as well. That's just coming to an end as you are there. So you've got time to walk and explore as well without spending all day in a queue in Rome for the attractions. Do you know what I mean? And it is lovely. The weather's just beautiful at that time of the year as well. Do you know what, you lucky people? This is such a lovely adventure, isn't it? It's really, really nice. When is this happening? September next year. Perfect time. Included in the price I'm about to give you. So the flight from Sydney to Amsterdam, 2 nights in a hotel there. 14 nights of cruising with Holland America Cruise Line on the new Staten Dam. Remember, we're cruising from Amsterdam over to the UK, to Spain, to Portugal, to Gibraltar, and then on to Rome. Then we stay there for 2 nights in a hotel. And of course, the flight back from Rome to Sydney is included as well. Deposits today of just $1,000 each. And look at the price tag we've got for you, because it is really good. Again, for the amount of travel, for the distance, for where you're going, the time you're spending in these places, and how much you're getting to see in what is quite a compact 20 nights. I mean, that's good. That's nearly 3 weeks of holiday, but you're doing so much within those 3 weeks. But remember, the cruise is a nice relaxing affair as well. Don't think about this being rushed. Remember, we saw the decor on board the new Staten Dam. Very homely, very relaxed. So when you've been exploring these wonderful ports around Europe, then you'll be coming back to the haven of relaxation, where you can do as much or as little as you like. Remember, just $1,000 each deposit today to book this deal. If you want to upgrade your cabin on board from inside, let's have a look at the prices there. And this will take us from ocean view up to balcony, up to suite as well. So if you do want to do an upgrade on this, then just let us know, of course. And again, as I said, if you wanted to spend more time in Rome, or indeed in Amsterdam, or both actually, as it is, you've got 2 nights in Amsterdam and 2 nights in Rome, either side of the cruise. But if you did want more, then just talk to the team and add more. Remember, we're completely and utterly, every cent, every dollar of your holiday spend is protected, of course, because we're a member of AFTA and ATAS as well, which is brilliant. And that's good to know when you're booking a holiday. And again, at the end of that holiday, for instance, if you wanted to go from Rome to somewhere else before you come back to Oz, again, talk to the team. We are a travel agent. We can make it happen. And our team have been sending people on holidays for over 25 years. So you should definitely trust us for your next booking.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
Yeah,
my
and
gosh.
let's settle that argument about jam and cream on scones right now
Right.
as well. It doesn't matter. Just have plenty of both.
Absolutely.
Plenty of both.
I'm 100% with you. I don't know how you doctor up your afternoon tea, but the whole thing is in the UK. They say that the Devoners do the cream first, right?
No idea. No idea.
And if you're from Cornwall, you have jam first.
Okay, what
So-
I do, a spoon of cream in one hand, a spoon of jam in the other. There you go, done.
Oh, you mix it. I
Sorted.
love that idea.
As long as it's both there, I don't mind. Anyway, listen.
As long as it's warm.
We need to let us know what your thoughts are on that. Or maybe you're thinking, I have no idea what you two are talking about. So let's get on to another holiday. Our final package in
Yes.
this Holland America special. It's a Pacific crossing from Seattle. 25 nights all told. It's the 22nd of October next year. And to go from Seattle, we need to get there in the first place. So let's fly from Sydney to Seattle on the west coast of America. And of course, if you've never been there before, or just why not, we're going to have 2 nights in a hotel in Seattle before we start cruising. And actually, do you know what? I don't know an awful lot about Seattle, but whenever I see the footage, I just look at it and think, wow, it looks fascinating. It looks like one of those places you want to have a good wander around.
Well, in a nutshell, home of grunge, first Starbucks, amazing views, incredible national parks. It's all right there. Pike Place Market, must see.
Lovely.
Then we're on into our fabulous cruise. So we're going to be heading on board the Westerdam for 23 nights. You're home away from home. I think we said it at the beginning of the show, but it's never a truer word said than when we're talking about Holland America Line. It just really does feel like that. It's okay. It's not for those of us that want the all singing, all dancing cruise and the bright lights and dazzling every second. But it's for those of us that appreciate the actual journey and voyaging alongside the destination.
What Holland America do so beautifully is their attention to detail, furnishings, the decor, the service, the pace of life on board. So it truly is a treat that has stayed up to date in terms of being smart and wonderful, but just has that lovely classic homely feel about it too.
It's the finesse and quality of everything you touch, like you mentioned, Derek. The chinaware, the details in the staterooms, everything is made to a fine level of quality that doesn't reflect the price point, in all honesty.
No.
So we're cruising out of Seattle, and 5 days at sea sees us into Hawaii. We're in Honolulu, Oahu. Brilliant, gorgeous, fabulous Oahu, where you can head to Hanauma Bay for world-class snorkeling, up to Diamond Head for amazing views, or to Pearl Harbor for incredible history. Then we're on into the island of Kona, Big Island. It's, variety is the spice of life. You really will see it here, from coffee plantations to macadamia groves, cattle ranches, it's all there. Great national parks as well. Then we're on into Samoa, Apia, Samoa, which is where the first Polynesians arrived in Western Samoa around 1000 BC. So 3 millennia later, you have one of the last bastions of traditional Polynesian culture. So it's very cool to see that. Then we're on to Sovereign Fiji, very exotic destination with 333 islands. Some excursions you might want to head out to include the Rewa village, which is seeing how traditional Fijians live, and they're very friendly indeed. Then we have another lovely port in Fiji, Lituka, second largest city on the west coast, and you are right there as well in the heart of Fiji's sugarcane growing region. And again, an idea for an excursion is to go out to the plantations. Lifu, New Caledonia greets us next, which is a beautiful port of, again, you've got these incredible caves to visit, these grottos. You might want to head out on a boat trip to see those, or just lounge on that paradisical white sand. Numi is next in New Caledonia, a real popular destination for lots of Australians. The perfect beaches, the incredible coral reefs. If you love to dive or snorkel, this is your own personal paradise. A couple of days at sea sees us back into Sydney, where you'll literally just stroll off the ship. Love this. Yes, we have a flight at the beginning, included, by the way. But after heading through Hawaii, Samoa, and fabulous New Caledonia, and don't forget Fiji as well, you just stroll off the ship in Sydney, which might be close to home, or you can speak to our team about national flights as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is lovely. This is such a lovely big adventure. You could add to this in certain ways as well. We've been talking about tailoring these holidays as well. If you wanted to fly to somewhere else in the States first and then fly on to Seattle and then join the cruise, again, that's a possibility. This is a lovely package as it is, I have to tell you. And we can put a low deposit on this today, just $900 each today to get the price secured that we've got for you. And let's just do the shopping list of what we have included in this holiday as well. So your flight from Sydney over to Seattle, we've got 2 nights in a hotel in Seattle, then 23 nights of cruising in style, as we've just talked about with Holland America Line there on the Westerdam. And that is incredible, beautiful, very, very smart, very home from home cruising with the very best service and wonderful cuisine on board. And what a wonderful trip we've got there too. The route on this is fascinating. Of course, the cruise ends in Sydney, so we've ended on the doorstep, which is brilliant. So let's get your price tag straight on the screen, shall we? It is so good. I have to say, I'm so pleased. We are so lucky. Joe and I are so lucky because we just deliver the good news to you. Look at that. And just $900 each today as a deposit, and that is locked in that price tag for you for what is quite a lengthy holiday. And again, it covers a lot of the world, doesn't it, here on this holiday too. I think it's lovely. I really do. Here's the details to upgrade. We were talking earlier about maybe the upgrade to the balcony or indeed to a suite as well, where you'll have so many more amenities just there. It's like everything just happens for you. Every whim is catered for, which is wonderful. That's what the ultimate holiday should be all about. Do you know what this would be great for? And I don't know whether you're in this kind of mindset at the moment, but it feels to me this would be lovely honeymoon territory as well.
Yes, perfect honeymoon trip, this one. And such a relaxing trip to do as well. And remember, it's all at your own pace when you're on a cruise. There's no rule book. You just take it each day as it comes and decide what you want to do.
Yeah, it's very true. It's nice to have interesting places to explore, but I think you'll notice on the itinerary on this one in particular, across those 24 nights, you've got quite a couple of chunks of sea days. And if you are thinking, what on earth would I do on a cruise ship on a sea day? Oh my word, they are the best. They are the best. I tell you why they are the best as well. One, you can take your watch. I don't think you'd wear your watch on a cruise anyway, but if you had your watch on, you could completely disregard it and say, you know what, the time is mine, day and night. So if I want to have a late night and then a late morning rise the next day, I'm not getting up until brunch time.
It's island time, Derek.
Fine. Yes.
It's island time.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
You're not missing out on a port, so you're not thinking, oh, we should have got off here. Should have got off there, because you're on a sea day. Everybody's on the ship. There are many more activities which you can take part in, or you can just watch other people taking part in, or you can just bypass and swerve completely and just have your own little kind of holiday. Sometimes we forget what the word holiday means. It doesn't always have to be about doing, seeing, exploring, climbing, swimming. It doesn't have to be about all of those things. Sometimes, finally, that book you've been promising to read, it's on the shelf over there, isn't it? You've been promising to read it for years. And finally, you get the time to do it.
There's a great library on board as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
So you can pick out, and it's lovely because you can actually read up on the destinations you're heading to, make your own plan, maybe even finish a giant jigsaw. Look, the options are endless, and it doesn't have to be anybody else's schedule but yours when you're on a cruise.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you for your company today. We are here, remember, every single day on Gecko on Channel 17. Make it a date if you can, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If our team can help you with any holiday planning that involves a cruise, then just let your imagination run riot now and call us on our toll-free number 1300 411 968. Joe and I will be back with you either later or back tomorrow, so we will look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.
See you soon.